Overwhelmed.
Your favorite mother-daughter duo is here with a show where nothing is off limits. Nothing is off limits. Mental health, pop culture, and the struggles of life. There's nothing they won't talk about. You'll laugh, cry, relate. You may even hate. They've got a lot to say, so listen up. Now, here are your hosts, Alexa and Carissa.
Welcome back. We are on episode number 4.
Can you believe it?
I can't. Hasn't been a month.
It's podcast number 4. Hey, OGs.
She wanted to say that
I wanna
so
say
bad.
it so bad. I can't stand it.
That means overwhelmed, gang.
That's
Welcome
right.
back. We are in action, and we got a lot to talk about this week. So
Oh, yeah, we do.
strap in your boots and let's get ready to ride this horse,
Here
baby.
we go. Last week was a shit show. I was in the worst mood ever.
But here's the thing. We're showing up raw and real. So if we're in a bad mood, we're not going to fake it.
That's right. And like I told everybody last week, basically, I hate everybody. I didn't mean that. I don't hate anybody. I was just, the
I know.
Gemini side of me came out. See?
Well, I mean,
Gemini. What?
you're such a Gemini. She didn't
Yeah.
feel good.
No, I
I
didn't.
had just gotten back from Texas. We did not prepare for the podcast at all. So y'all just got,
We were lucky we made it.
yeah.
Thank God.
And the
I know
only
everybody
re-
was like, woo.
Yeah.
They did make it. Yay. And one other thing that I have to say this. Stacy Smalley, I love you, girl.
She had to make a shout out to our cousin.
That
Thanks
is
for
our
watching.
cousin. And anyway, I've just needed to say that.
Anyway, so today, first of all, I want to kick it off with something that needs to be talked about, and Mom can get pissed at me. I don't care. But Mom,
Spoil the
you've
mood.
you've been doing it so bad lately. Bad. The negative self-talk. And look, I get it because I do it too. Where do you think I learned it from? Dun, 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 dun.
Blame it on me.
But Mom, you've been doing it every 5 seconds.
Okay, well, look, here's the deal. Remember last week when I told everybody I was going to start the diet? Let me tell you how that's been going. Last night, I got a gallon of Tillamook or whatever it is.
What's that?
That ice cream. Tillamook or
I have no idea.
I don't know. Delicious is what it was.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not part of a diet. So
'Cause-
obviously the diet I haven't even started the
Because
damn
fuck
thing.
diet culture, and we're not going to be on diets.
Okay, well,
That's what it is.
yeah,
It's
okay.
about balance.
Well, I was very
It's about pride. It's about power. We stay hungry.
Dude,
We
let's start
devour.
rapping.
That is a TikTok sound.
I believe it. I've been trying to lay off the TikTok a little bit.
Because here's the thing, and like
Anyway, but yeah, I do get it, and I do need to back off of that. It's just really hard since we've started this,
I know.
and I'm having to look at it. We're just hold on. We'll do the. It's
Well,
gonna happen.
to give y'all a little backstory, if y'all are listening or if you're watching, we do post this on YouTube. So if you want to watch
would
it,
they be doing?
well, if you want to watch it, you could see us. If you don't want to see us, you don't
can
have
listen.
to. You can just listen. But literally leading up to us being in here, it's constant. Is my hair okay? Is my hair okay? Is my makeup okay? Tell me if I look bad. I look fat. I look terrible. I look horrible. And then right when we start, hey everybody, literally
You do it.
not
too.
as bad as I've been laying off lately. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna feel good in my own skin
I
because
do.
why
I'm
not?
just making sure the check. Okay, let's switch to something else.
why are we switching?
Okay, because I want to switch. Let's do the switch.
We're not switching yet because you need to understand.
Let's switch.
You're
I
beautiful
understand.
and you literally
You're
look.
beautiful. It's true.
You really are though, and I
Thank
wish we
you.
could see ourselves the way that other people see us.
I would say something, but I'm not going to. It was just a joke.
No, because it's constant, and then for no reason when you look good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm
And I
being
love you.
serious.
Okay,
Okay, love you too.
Okay, all right. Now back to the good stuff.
What's the good stuff?
The good stuff is
Well, last week, I think it was 2 weeks ago actually. We talked about on the episode how she had a near-death experience with plastic surgery.
that's the good stuff.
Well, it's not good. Okay.
She almost died. Let's get back to that wonderful, fun stuff.
Yeah, we wanted to.
No, I
talk,
really did.
we.
Well,
okay.
I'm saying, okay, here's the thing. All right. Kind of like the whole thing about plastic surgery. Some people are for it. Some people are against it. Some people think, you're a terrible person if you do it or whatever. I personally
Damn.
think, well, you know how some people get so like, oh my God, if you do that, you're,
Yeah.
which I don't think that way. I think if it's something that makes you feel good about yourself and it's going to, help you out, fine, do it. I mean, it's your own body, it's your own thing. I mean, who am I to say you shouldn't do something with your own self?
No, yeah.
You know what I mean?
agree.
It's up to you. But I mean, I do feel like a lot of like these doctors and surgeons, there is a limit that these people are getting like way too much, and it's like dangerous. It's not about, a little boost in your, self-esteem anymore. It's like you could actually die doing it.
I think my opinion on plastic surgery, like fluctuates because like there's times where I've like wanted to do stuff purely because I wanted it to look a certain way. And then other times where genuinely it was because I was insecure about something. Like, for example, I've posted YouTube vlogs about this if y'all are interested in watching it. But like I had a breast reduction, like 3 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And that was the best decision ever. Like I would recommend that a million times. Like it went smooth. Recovery was great.
Yeah.
Instant results, like back pain
The
gone.
doctor was amazing throughout the whole thing. I mean, he really was.
And that was something that I was insecure about literally since I was like 16.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding.
That was something she really struggled with.
I begged and cried. Like I would literally cry myself to sleep because of this. So I feel like in that circumstance, it's like, okay, yeah, go for it. But when we're talking about just being trendy or whatever, first of all, women's bodies being trendy is just crazy.
I know. That's so weird to me. Yeah, I mean, it really is weird.
I know.
What are you looking at me weird for? What happened?
Nothing. I'm just looking at you, waiting for you to say something.
Oh, okay. I thought something was on me, or you're looking
no,
at me
because
weird.
I'm trying to figure out how to segue into the near-death experience.
Oh, well, I'll do that. It's not a big deal.
Okay.
Okay, well, I thought, I needed to get, I didn't need to, but I thought I'd had all the kids and everything, so I was just going to get a little lift here and get, a little bit of liposuction here and there, a little bit of sculpting. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Okay, you know how the doctor will explain something to you, and in your mind, you're just thinking of the outcome. So that's what I was doing, and I thought, oh, okay. And I kept adding a little bit on. Oh, well, do a little bit of lipo, like under my arm right there, and then they were gonna, lift me up and put in some implants and make
just to give
everything
y'all
better.
a backstory, it's because weren't you getting? I don't know if you weren't getting a reduction. You were getting a lift, right?
I was getting a lift and a tiny reduction, not
Okay.
anything major, just like a little bit of just a little bit of nip and tuck,
Yeah,
just to tighten it up.
The big boob thing has ran in the family, and it's no
And I
matter
don't get
how
it.
tall somebody is. We have somebody that's 4'11", big boobs, my height, big. Like it's just such a thing.
It's ridiculous and it's uncomfortable and all that. But I mean, I was fine with it. I've always been that way. But I just wanted everything back where it belonged since I'd had, all the kids. I was just a little treat for myself.
Yeah.
Well, so we go in, do the consultation, everything going. Seemed like a good doctor. I did this in Houston, Texas. I will not mention any names. And,
Why not?
Well, I mean, anyway, so we did the whole deal. And the morning of, I'm in there, of course, believe it or not, I'm joking around. But I told him, I said, you're not going to kill me or anything, are you?
By the way, I'm like, what, 17,
16,
18 at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 17 or 18 at this point, and she's doing the consultation, scheduling this thing. Like you said, she added things to it. But ultimately, it was supposed to be a very smooth surgery. Like,
Yeah.
we do this every day. Hey, you're going to come in, do this, recover, go home. And my breast reduction was so smooth. And obviously, mine was
yeah.
done after hers.
Oh, yeah.
But we're just bringing this up because obviously, this episode we're talking about plastic surgery.
Yes.
So this is her.
plastic.
This is mom's literal near-death experience with plastic surgery. And whenever we say near-death, we're not talking like, we're not over-exaggerating. We're not trying to be funny.
No, I'm not being funny.
We might be funny on accident because we are naturally comedy.
But we're naturally comedy.
We are natural comedians.
Yes,
but
it does just roll off the tongue.
we wanted to share this because people need to be aware that
I mean, seriously.
shit can go wrong and you need to know what to look out for too because this shit was crazy.
I mean, it really was because this is just regular. I wasn't doing anything, like it wasn't like a complete mommy makeover or anything. It was a little bit of liposuction to take off the SpongeBob SquarePants hips because I had like my hips were kind of square looking. And I thought, let's just do a little bit right there and take that out and put it in my butt. So
So it wasn't
not
a
a big
BBL,
deal.
but it was like a,
No.
I don't know what you call it, like a fat transfer kind of thing?
Yeah, it was a fat transfer. That's what
Okay.
it was.
And then the boobs.
And then the boobs. So anyway, I thought, okay, everything's going to be fine. go in, not supposed to be a long deal or anything. The next thing I know, I wake up and in my shoulder blade, like right in your collarbone, sorry, not shoulder blade, but right in my collarbone, I had an intense, sharp pain. And it wouldn't go away. And I was just like, oh my God, it hurts so
Also,
bad.
I want to add, we were in the recovery. Well, we were at the hospital, wherever you were, waiting on her to get out of recovery. And apparently you were only supposed to be in there for like a few hours. No big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't
She's
a big
in
deal.
the recovery room for like 6 hours. And we're all like, okay, what the hell's going on? I'm young and I don't know anything. I'm
No.
thinking everything's normal, but also like, why is it taking so long? And so then
no reason.
So from that point, you finally come out. It's like 7 or 8 hours literally later.
Well, and I'm telling the guy, every time I would breathe or I would try to breathe like that, I'm not joking, this pain. And it felt like I've never been shot before, but it felt like I'd been shot right here in this collarbone. So, anyway, it was just intense pain. And then I really don't remember a whole lot after that, except for going to the hotel room, waking up. I had to put this weird bodysuit thing on because I was the lipo. I didn't realize this was going to happen.
Yeah, I remember we went to the hotel. You were in all those garments and stuff. And I don't remember if we were there I think we spent the night there for like a night.
We spent the night, went back the next day. I still could not. I had like zero energy and I felt extremely weak. I couldn't stay awake. And I had that pain right there. And then so we went back the next day. He cleared me to go home. So we head back
And
home.
by the way, this is when we lived in Texas. So she got the surgery in Houston. We lived like an hour and a half away from Houston. We go home while she's like this. And we're just thinking, oh, she's just sore because surgery, it's going to go away, whatever. Well, then she had a follow-up appointment, for the post-op. It was like 2 or 3 days later. And that's important because you have to go back to make sure everything's like healing right. Everything's good. That's like right after surgery. So she was so out of it. She didn't want to go.
No, I said I wanted to sleep. I was like, okay, look, let's just not go today. And everybody was like, no, you've got to go.
Yeah, we were like, you have to go.
And I did not want to go. I'm telling you, I couldn't keep myself awake. I just was wanting to sleep.
Yeah, so I take her to Houston. By the way, like I said, I was like 17 or 18 by myself. I don't even know if I ever had like driven to Houston completely on my own. Don't know, but I bring her. Okay, on the way there, I don't even know if you remember it.
I do remember it.
She's going in and out of consciousness. She's telling me that she's all of a sudden like waking up in the passenger seat like, Alexa, watch out. There's something in the middle of the road. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm driving normally. I'm like, you stay asleep. I'm trying to get there.
I remember doing that. It was scary because I'd be asleep and then I'd wake up in a panic like something.
It was
horrible.
weird.
Oh, it was so
and I'm
weird.
scared, but I'm like, okay. I thought it was maybe just the pain medicine. So we get to the doctor's office. I remember we go back there and they immediately, I guess, took your heart rate or something to do with her oxygen. And they come to me, who was literally like 17 or 18, like I've said a million times. And they're like, hey, you need to take her to the emergency room right now. We're calling them. We're going to like get y'all in quick. You're skipping the line. Take her there now. Yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. What the fuck?
What's going on? Yeah. And then we get to
and meanwhile, she has no clue what's going on.
And well, we were in the doctor's room and he said, okay, it looks like you have a pneumothorax. Like I'm going to know what that is. Oh, okay. Anyway, it's a punctured lung. So I've had this punctured lung for a few days now, and they just didn't see it. And
which they should have caught this while she was in recovery.
That would have been nice.
Don't know how they let that one slip through the cracks.
I don't either, but they did.
They did. And they even told me, like, take her there. We're going straight there. You'll get in first. I take her to the emergency room. I'm freaking out by myself. And we get there, and they take us right back. But here's a little cute trick. We go back in the ER, okay? She's in the room. I'm in the room. Here comes this nurse. This man looks damn near.
He was a kid. He was probably like 20.
He was probably like, early 20s.
He had to be 20, 21.
I remember the specific tattoo that he had because I just remember this day so vividly. He had a tattoo around his forearm. It was just like a big black line that went all the way around like a bracelet. And he starts flirting with me.
Yeah.
While my mom is like, is she going to live?
Yeah, what's going on
I'm
with
like,
Mom?
not in the mood for this.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? And he's coming in here making jokes. I'm like, What the fuck is
Meanwhile,
happening?
I'm sitting here, this weird color.
White.
The doctor comes in and says, "Is she normally this color?" And I'm sure Alexa's going, "Well, she's always been white." You know?
like,
but I was like, a weird color.
I'm like, you're the doctor. Shouldn't y'all? Can the doctors do anything in this situation?
No, but the doctor that I had, let me just say, was a bitch.
Yeah,
she was
rude as shit.
She was to me, and I'm the one that's like, okay, I feel horrible. Obviously,
she literally comes in that room and is like, I mean, just so and
rude.
We don't take that word lightly. Like I don't judge people. I'm like, they can have off days, whatever. But I'm sorry, if you're a doctor or you're taking care of somebody, you need to come in with a little more compassion.
Well, yeah.
I'm scared. She's scared. And she comes in and says, hey, your lung is punctured. We have to go in literally right now, emergency, and put a tube.
A chest tube in.
Chest tube in your side.
Yeah.
And Mom, I remember you go,
I said,
is it going to
hurt? And she, you know what she said? Without hesitation, yes.
That's it.
No. And I was like, oh.
No pain medicine.
And no, nothing. And that, they stick a tube like this. I'm about to pass out.
Me too. I'm getting lightheaded.
I really am. Seriously getting lightheaded.
But she's in the room, okay? I remember pacing back and forth up and down that hallway. Like,
look,
what is going on? I remember I was on the phone with Dad. He was on the way, but he was at work, whatever. But I was like, what is going on? I remember I could kind of see through the crack. I'm like, are you good? I don't know. You had to keep the chest tube in for days. We were at this hospital.
It was horrible.
Like, this was like a week-long thing.
No, I stayed there for a week. I stayed there for 5 days. And I remember when I left, there was this nurse that was there that was so sweet. I loved her.
Yeah, she was nice.
She started crying when I left, and she said, I didn't think you were going to make it when you came in. And I thought, shit, how bad was I?
Yeah,
I didn't even know this.
We didn't know how bad it was.
I mean, I really didn't.
After. Like, we literally got told after. Like, if we wouldn't have taken her to the doctor's appointment that day, gotten to the emergency room when we did, she would have died because her lung would have collapsed.
It was collapsed.
And even
my
me
lung
saying
was
that,
collapsed.
Even me saying that right now freaks me out.
I know.
Because I'm like,
we wouldn't have had this podcast. Y'all wouldn't have been able to listen to this. Damn it.
I don't think that's what's important here.
I know. But it's weird. It's weird.
No, but we're just sharing this because, like, it is so damn dangerous. And obviously, like, you know, not every doctor, that's not every situation. There's obviously success stories as well. But that type of thing, we didn't even know it was as serious as it was. And so then, you know, fast forward years later, here we are now, and the plastic surgery thing is such a trend. And, like, I can't lie. I go on social media, and I'm like, man, that would be nice, like, if my stomach was a little flatter, if my butt was a little bigger, like, because that's all you're seeing. So we went to this. I guess this is just our plastic surgery stories.
Yeah, this is.
We went to a consultation because I really thought this was probably like, what, 5 months ago, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
I was dead set. I was like, I want to get a BBL.
And I said no, because I didn't realize that, okay, again, everybody makes it seem like, that's not a big deal. But what I found out was, if they do one thing wrong, you're dead.
Yeah.
You are dead, because if they inject you wrong doing the BBL, and I'm not talking bad about plastic surgery. I think it's a wonderful thing. Yeah, I mean,
we're not talking bad. We're just saying our opinion.
I mean, I'm just saying, honestly, I'm scared. But yeah, one little thing goes straight to your heart, you're dead.
Yeah, well, that's what was freaking me out about the BBL thing. And that's why I'm sharing this, because, like, it was such a thought in my mind. Like, I really wanted to do it. And I'm not judging anybody that does it either. Some of people do it and it looks great. And I'm like, yeah, pop off. I wish I looked like that. Well, that's why I went to the damn consultation.
Yeah.
But we go, and I was already pretty hesitant, but I was like, okay, I just want to go and see what they say, you know, because if I didn't, I was going to be thinking about it. So we go, and I'm not joking. The whole time I was there, I was just already freaking out. And we had we talked to the lady who does the treatment coordinating, the billing. We talked to her for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, are you sure? Like, would I be okay? Am I going to die? Like, is this okay? And I'm sure they have tons of success stories. It has nothing to do with the doctor. It's just, I got to a point, like, it was weird because I was so dead set on it when I went. Because I'm usually very impulsive about stuff like that. Like, if I want to do something, I'm going to do it, period. Yeah. Even when it's like a big deal to people.
Yeah, no,
I'm
that's
like,
how I am too.
If I want it, I'm going to do it. Whether it's a tattoo, whatever. So when we went, I really, in my mind, was like, obviously scared, but I was like, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to want to do it so bad. Like, I'm just going to schedule it. I don't care. But then after we went home, I was really thinking about, like, what could happen and all the effects. And then I'm like, is that really worth it to me? Like, I don't really know. Because it's not something that I'm, like, the breast reduction worth it. This isn't something that I'm like insecure about, fighting for my life every day. It's just something where I was
fighting for your life in the war zones of
well,
the
it was just
streets
something
of
where I was
LA.
like, damn, I would love to look like that.
Well, yeah. I
But-
mean, I wish if they had a thing where you could just, I don't know, transplant your entire brain into another body. Great. That'd
would
be
you?
I wouldn't be able to pick out my own self.
No, I've thought about
You
that.
know what I mean? I mean, seriously, if you could pick out, let's say they said, okay, you have like 100 bodies to choose from. This sounds weird.
No, it does. It's
But
probably
I'm
going to
just
happen in
saying,
the future.
If you've got like 100 bodies to choose from, which body, who do you want to be? I don't know. I wouldn't be able to pick it.
No, that's what we talked about that the other day where
And
like,
you could only do it one time. I'd make a mistake
I
and be
know.
like, shit.
I know.
Should have picked the other one.
I feel like we all spend so much time comparing ourselves to each other. And then if you really do think about if you had the chance to like switch bodies, switch
Yeah.
faces, switch whatever, what you're not realizing, and my friend Hannah made a really good point. We had this conversation. If you had to be somebody else, right? Like you just said, if you
Yeah.
got to pick, hey, you can have this person's life like you think you want. You can have their career, their body, their face, everything. What you're failing to realize is you're going to have to get rid of everything in your life. You will not be, and this is hypothetical, but you would not be you anymore.
Really? You can't do
So
that?
it's like, but it's just like, damn, we compare ourselves and we get so far in our head and we think we want all these things and then we don't even realize, okay, so you want to go be this person?
Yeah.
You're not going to have your friends that you have, your family you have, your pets that you have, every good memory you have. Like you would be a different human with a different
yeah,
life.
I wasn't talking about being a different person. I just meant getting a different body. Just like, and
Well,
still being the same.
I am, because it's like, that's not
I'm-
you.
Well,
You
I
wouldn't
know,
even be yourself if you,
But if you had the same thoughts and you were had your own brain.
that'd be weird as shit if
I
one
mean,
day
yeah,
you
what?
woke up and I said, I want to be Kendall Jenner today. And I just turned
I'm
into
not,
her.
I'm not saying be somebody else. I'm saying if it was just like a different body person, just like you could pick out a different self.
I mean,
not any body in particular that's already alive.
oh yeah, but then
you know what I mean?
what you're saying, then I feel like we run into the same issue. You would start criticizing that body. It's
Well,
like,
yeah,
is there
you'd never
ever an
be
ending
happy.
point?
No, because you'd never be happy with it, even if you could.
I'm just so over the like,
So there.
I'm just trying so hard to not keep doing the negative. And we're
Oh, I
going to do
know.
it. We're human and everybody's going to feel insecure at times. But just really getting to a place where we can be like, fuck it.
Hey,
like,
this is me. Oh, well. Yeah.
I mean, how many years of your life have you spent saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that? You've spent your whole life doing it.
Oh, I know I have.
Like, what? Please tell me a time when you were happy with your body. Please, like, and it's
no, I mean,
sad.
honestly, when I was like 15 or 16, I really was. Yeah. I mean, it was, yeah.
Okay, but
I was.
you hear what you just said? You were 15 or 16.
Yeah, I was 15 or 16.
You expect to look like that as an adult? That'd be weird.
No, it would be weird. And no, I don't.
You know what I mean?
But if I could, I would. But I can't,
mean,
so I won't. So never mind.
I'm not saying we shouldn't like strive to want to like work on our goals or look better or be healthy. Like that's all good. But if you're just ripping yourself apart while you're trying to be on that health journey, I feel like you're just doing
Bad
yourself
idea.
a disservice because then it's a never ending loop. And
Well,
that's what I've
yeah,
realized
I
because I've
know.
went up, I've went down, I've lost weight, I've gained weight. And at every freaking weight, I've criticized myself.
Oh, I know. Me too.
Like, is it ever enough? Are
And
you
when
ever
I
happy?
thought I looked my best, I actually felt my worst. So it doesn't make, I mean, it's whatever. It's a day. You
And it's
just
so
have to be who
fluctuating.
you are. Enjoy the day that you're having. Enjoy the people that are around you and embrace yourself as well as others.
Yeah.
Page 3, chapter 2.
No, I just hate that. Like, I hate that you
Oh,
can
I
look
know.
at somebody else and think you're not noticing anything. I think we kind of talked about this a couple podcasts ago about like noticing our own insecurities.
Mhm.
But it's like, I'm not looking at anybody going, oh my God, their hair looks terrible today. Like,
Oh
I
my
don't give a
God.
shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh my God.
if you're a
Yes.
nice person, I don't give a shit.
I don't either. And I do have to say, I did have this friend. I mean, and now I look at it because I've done it before too. Oh, hey, how you doing? And I really don't care what she looks like. I just like her as a person.
Uh-huh.
But you got to go through the rundown of, oh my God, I lost 10 pounds, gained 10. Don't look at me. Don't look at this. And I'm thinking, I wasn't. I was
Yeah,
just
but-
coming to talk to you. But you know, as women, I think we do that. You know, like, oh my God, my hair does, oh, don't look at this. Oh,
Well, I think the reason we do that is because we want to point out our flaws or like what we think somebody else might notice before they notice it. Because we're in our head thinking, well, let me let you know I have a pimple. So what is that going to do? Make you not see it?
Yeah.
Half the time, they're like, oh, I didn't even notice it, but now I'm looking at it.
Well, good, because look at this shit over here. And yeah, I know. It's weird how we just tear ourselves down.
I mean, and even
and
like,
then we don't, and then we expect other people not to say anything about us when we're sitting here talking all kind of shit on ourselves.
And not to mention, if we're talking about bodies being trendy, how many fucking trends are there with fashion, with bodies, with eyebrow shapes, with hair colors? Like, it's never ending.
Oh, and this was so weird. Okay. Last night when me and Cambry went to Ralph's, and me and Cambry went and we ate some Japanese food, and we were like, hey, you know what? This is all part of my diet.
That sounds delicious. You're not on a diet.
I know, obviously. Anyway, so I was like, okay, let's go get something, you know, like a little dessert. So we go to Ralph's, healthy. We get some Lindor chocolates in the Tillamook, whatever that ice cream's called.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
I have no idea, but yeah.
Anyway, so we get that. We're checking out, and the lady that works there, she comes up to me, and she goes, oh my God. I said, oh, hi. She was a little bit older. She said, you have I didn't know what she was about to say. She said, you have the littlest feet. They are so cute. No, I swear. She goes, they are so cute. She said, what size are they? A 6? And I was like, what is this weird shit? And Cambry's looking at me
I
like,
didn't even hear
we're
this
going
story.
hot. No, I haven't told you yet. Ask Cambry about it. She said, Mom, that was weird. What? And I go, yeah, they're a 6, 6.5 sometimes. And she goes, that is so adorable.
What shoes did you have on?
My red Nikes.
Nike.
Nikes. The Nikesters.
That's a weird compliment.
Yeah, I know.
Is that a compliment? I don't know.
I've never gotten complimented on my little feet.
Foot size.
On my foot size.
Maybe she runs some weird underground foot fetish.
And I think she had to. It had to be something weird with the feet. Because who does that?
Was she like...
The only time I notice anybody's foot size is if they're like extremely huge.
Yeah.
I mean, mine aren't like weirdly small or anything. And the shoes weren't like Cabbage Patch Kid shoes or anything.
I mean, that's just a weird...
It's a weird... I would never walk up to somebody and say, your feet are so cute.
No.
Are they a size 6?
No.
I'm like, yeah.
That is very
I thought
strange.
that was very weird. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
that is
I
weird.
have very attractive small feet.
Speaking of compliments in person,
Weird compliment.
One thing you should make a point to do, I feel like if you're thinking a compliment in your head, go tell that person. Because literally...
Oh, well, I do. I really do.
It makes their day.
Again, do that. I do.
I really do that. And I will say, I said I wasn't going to bring this up because we've talked about dating a million times on here. But I did go on a date. I went on 2 dates.
I wasn't going to say anything or I would get my head bit off.
No, but the first date we went on, we went to Dave & Buster's. And literally...
I like him. I already like him.
Okay, literally, it couldn't have been any better timing. Because it's my first time meeting this person. Literally walk into Dave & Buster's. We just met, okay? Right when we get in, we've barely said 2 words to each other. This group of women, probably like your age, they look like moms, and they were like, oh my gosh, you're so pretty. I love your mask. That mask looks so good on you. I mean, it couldn't have been any better timing. I was like, hell yeah. Like, they hyped me the fuck up right when we walked in. And I was like,
nothing better on a first date than a paparazzi
I felt so
fan
good.
club.
I felt so good after that. I was like, thanks.
Yeah, that was really nice. That
was good.
Very well orchestrated.
So if you see a girl on a date, go tell her she's pretty.
Yeah, do it, especially if she's with a guy.
Or
a girl or whatever, if it's a couple.
Yeah, just in front of their partner.
Yeah,
go compliment
say,
them.
Hey, you look cute. And look, they'll get into a fight. Who in the hell was that?
Right.
I knew you were seeing somebody else. Oh, no. Didn't mean it like that.
It just made me feel good, too, because I was like, you're already insecure before a first date. And you're like,
I don't know.
Shit, am I ugly? Like, are they going to hate me?
See? Who's doing it?
I'm trying to get better
I didn't
at
do
it,
it.
though.
She did it.
That's why I stepped out of my comfort zone. And I said, I'm going on a damn date. If they don't like it, they can send it right back.
I'm very proud. I have to say, I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Because we said when we started this podcast, I said you were going on a date.
Yep.
And damn it, you did it.
And I wasn't trying to make this a thing yet because who knows what'll happen, but we in this bitch.
It's fun.
Gonna get crunk, eyebrows on fleek, the fuck.
What? is going on?
I'm trying to segue out of my dating life.
Oh, okay. So
Anyways.
we're just going to say some random shit that doesn't matter.
That was a Vine.
Flickety, flockety, flick, flop.
You remember Vine, right? Like before TikTok?
Barely. I never got into Vine.
Vine was...
All I remember, I remember being in Texas and like the internet was new and the farmer's market dating site or
Farmer's
something. It was
Market.
like farmer's market. It was
FarmersOnly.com?
Yes. And it would have like these pictures of these women that, I mean, it was pure
Where are you
comedy.
going with this? Why'd you even bring that up? You were on farmers.com?
No, I wasn't, but I saw it. It was like a joke. It was funny to see the people that were on there. What did I
don't
say
know.
this?
Anyway,
I don't have
we
any idea.
went
Never
to
mind.
an
No, it was funny because there was somebody on there trying to get a date. Because you said Vine. This was old time, a long time ago. Like back when the computers were doing dial-up.
I feel like there's still farmersonly.com.
I
Should we
might be
look it up?
talking I might be talking
I
of
don't know.
another one.
What?
I don't know. It was just a funny damn thing that they were trying to get dates and they looked country as all hell. They
That
looked
was-
like they lived in the bottom of a mountain.
That was probably
trailer.
farmers only. There's
Okay.
there's farmers singles. There's farmers dating.
Maybe I don't remember. It was a long time ago. It was before we had advanced onto Hinge and Tinder and all this stuff.
Yeah, this is farmersonly.com. I just pulled it up. It says their slogan is "City folks just don't get it."
Okay.
Can you view the pictures before? I'm not signing up for this.
Please don't.
Hell no. That's the last damn thing I need.
Anyway, it was just for pure fun. And if you are on Farmer's Market, I hope you do find your love.
Yeah, I'm not trying to judge.
I don't
Just
care.
not my cup of...
Farm,
tea.
city, whatever you like.
But we did go to an improv show this weekend.
Groundlings. That's so much. If you are in LA and want something fun to do, you have got to go to Groundlings. It's so much fun. It really is.
It's pretty much like seeing Saturday Night Live in person, and their shows are always good. Like I don't think we've ever went to one and not laughed. They're always super
I've
funny.
always laughed. Yeah.
But one of the sketches they did, and it's funny because I went to Groundlings for a while before COVID. I was moving up. I was about to.
Yeah, Alexa got moved up. I went, and this is what we talked about in the other podcast. My teacher thought Madonna, not my daughter, had bought me the.
We didn't talk about that.
Yes, we did.
We didn't tell the podcast that. Let's not get into that. That's
okay.
She'll literally. Here's the problem with the podcast at this point. We don't want to have to edit this. Okay, we want this to be raw.
Right.
But
Nobody
Mom-
gives a shit.
Yeah, because I'm telling them, you start going off, and that's why I have to cut you off, and people probably think I'm being rude. But she'll go on these long stories that are like, just, I'm sorry,
Okay.
not like, it could be funny, but it gets drug out so long to the point like,
Okay. Well, you're not being funny right now, so
well, no, I'm
that's
just saying,
good.
I don't want, like,
Zip it up, sister.
okay, but the improv show,
Okay.
they did a sketch about motivational speakers. And
so damn funny.
pretty much, this is a good new thing we can implement into our life.
I do like this. I like it.
So they did a sketch and they said, like, he came out and he was joking and, he's yelling. And because, all the motivational speakers, they're like hyped up for no reason.
And, anybody that's got to tell their testimony or whatever you want to call it of their start from nothing to they've made this big change in their life, they have to yell it. I
Yeah.
was poor, lived in a shack, and then I found Mike and he, they've got to yell it the whole time.
changed my life.
Yeah.
So this one, they were yelling and doing the whole thing. And they said pretty much, because it kind of goes back, I think they're making fun of like manifesting and stuff, how people are like, just say it and it'll happen.
And
He's like-
like yes man and all that, just say yes.
Yeah.
This one was
This one was, he's like, you have debt? Say, no, thank you.
Yeah.
If you're in a bad relationship, no, thank you. If you
don't want something to happen. No, thank you.
so any situation in y'all's life, if you're going through a hard time, just say, no, thank you.
Yeah. So if anybody says, hey, you owe this bill, you've been 3 months behind.
No, thank you. And if a bill collector calls you, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's great.
You're behind on your car note? No, thanks. I'm not paying.
Wrecker trying to tow your car off. No, thank you.
And that was a funny ass sketch. That was so fun.
so funny. Oh my God.
That made me miss improv class.
Yeah, you really do have to go if you're just hanging out and want something fun to do. Super funny, cheap.
If
fun
you
to
start
go
feeling
do.
insecure about your body, no, thank you.
Yeah. No, thank you.
It's just such a damn process. Like, going back to that, like, do you ever reach, I feel like I'm realizing it now that I'm getting, like, older, that there's not a point where you're like, okay, it's all good. Like, you're always going to be worried about something.
Yeah. No, there's never that point. You don't reach this plateau of, oh my God, everything is fine. And you can, but you have to have that within yourself to say, okay, this is my everything's okay.
But what would
Whatever
you
you
tell,
wanna call
what
it.
would you, okay, what would you tell your younger self, like, my age? Great.
Well, I'm trying to think. That's kind of a loaded question. What would I tell myself at 27?
Like, do you feel different from 27 to the age you are now?
Yeah. I feel less pressure.
Like,
As far as
what?
just as far as life in general, I feel like less pressure. I feel like I've had my kids. I'm at that age to where, I'm just kind of like wanting to enjoy myself. I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't feel the pressure of life like I used to.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, I mean, I still feel pressure, but it's not as intense as it was when I was 27.
Think for me, like, I've gotten to this point where, and it's weird because it's almost something you can't explain because 20s are fucking hard. Like, I don't know. People are talking about these are the best years of your life.
You look your best in your 20s and 30s and all that. I mean, you're like physically in great shape and all that, but it really is one of the most challenging times in your teens, like high school, and in your 20s, and even in your 30s. I feel like in your 40s, you're finally starting to be able to. I mean, it's a struggle because you're like, you're not really old, but you're not young, and you're just like, you're trying to figure out your body and yourself where you are. But I just feel like the pressure is so much more off of.
Well, the freaking, I'll say the early 20s, and it's weird that I'm not in my early 20s anymore. I still feel like
so
I'm
weird to me.
21 most of the time. But like mentally, I've definitely matured. But I think the biggest thing that's changed for me, no, I'm a self-aware person.
I'm not saying you're not. I was just joking. Shit, bite my head off.
I'm not. I'm just saying I feel like it's like weird because used to like early 20s and everything. I was thinking like there was some point of like, what's my purpose? What am I doing? When am I going to figure it out? And as time has went on, I'm finally to this place where I'm like, oh, you really don't figure it out and things come and go and your passions can change and that's okay. I think it's really easy to like beat yourself up about if you feel like a failure, like if you've put effort towards something and you feel like it didn't go the way you wanted it to.
But see,
it's okay.
I look at that like, okay,
that was fun.
I have started 1,050,000 things, okay? I have finished maybe 2 or 3, okay? But
really
here's my
good
line
ratio.
But here's the thing. If I start something and I don't enjoy it, then I'm not going to keep doing it. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's just how I work. That's me personally. Some people look at that as a failure or a whatever. I look at it as, hey, I didn't like it. Not going to sit here and make myself do it.
Yeah.
That has went over in jobs that I've quit the first or second day I was there. I mean,
Mom is not
very
much having a good track record for keeping a job. I will say that.
I do
no shade.
No, it's not. And I did get a really good job recently, like a couple of months ago, and I just didn't show up. Yeah,
that's always good.
I didn't have an alarm clock, and I couldn't hear myself. But anyway, that's besides the point.
We're getting into dangerous territories.
Yeah, we are.
There's some times where you got to kind of do it.
Okay, yeah, I know. But I do like, anyway, I'm just saying it's not really a failure. I mean, I've went to cosmetology school. I've went to esthetician school. I've went to college for psychology. What else have I done? Oh, I went to nail school. That was also a separate thing. And I tried to be an insurance agent.
But do you feel like you give it a fair enough chance, or you just quitting?
I did. I did the insurance thing, and I questioned myself as, what the hell am I even here for?
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that was stupid on my part. Then one time I answered this ad in the paper. This was so funny. You were little. So when we lived in Stonegate, I answered back a long time ago, back when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth. There was this thing called the newspaper, and it had classifieds in it. And there were like jobs, and that they wouldn't give you like the full description. And this job sounded wonderful.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, oh, you get to talk to people and help people out. And I was like, okay. So I said, I called about it. This old man came over to the house to talk to me about the job. So when he was telling me about the job, guess what it was for?
What?
Love the old man to death. You know what the job was for?
Nope.
A funeral home
Oh, God.
counts like a thing. A funeral home grief counseling person.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Like, jobs really be
Yeah.
catfishing. Don't act like this is a great job in the description, because
And
they
then
do that. They really do
Talk
that.
about, I'm not being mean, and I'd love to help people out that are grieving, but shit, every day talking
feel
about
like-
some dying shit
I feel like you would need to know up front that you were getting yourself into that.
into the death squad. Thanks anyway.
I have even applied for jobs, even like on Indeed or wherever, where you're like, oh my God, this sounds great. Then you talk to them and they're like, okay, well,
Grave
listen.
digger. No
Yeah,
thanks.
you're going to have to,
run a cat thing, whatever you call those digging machines.
what? I don't even know what you call them.
I don't either. I think it's a
Grave
cat.
digger.
Yeah,
Wasn't that the old monster truck?
It was. There
I
was
missed
a
that.
there was a monster truck called Grave Digger. Yeah, but anyway, so I find out, I'm thinking, hey, good job. And then it's like, okay, yeah, great. If you want to be depressed the rest of your life, that's okay.
No, thank you.
No, thank you on that deal.
I just realized I really do feel like I'm in a better place with that kind of thing. Like, as far as not being so hard on myself. If, like, say I used to like doing something, then I'm not inspired by it anymore. Like, used to, I would be like, well, oh my God, I put so much effort into that. And like, now I'm failing myself and I just need to push through this rough patch and keep going. Sometimes that's true. But then there's other times where I'm like, hey, you know what?
It's okay.
I'm doing something different now and I'm chilling. Like,
It's okay. I mean, I understand I know it used to be a big deal. You need to start what you finish. Okay, I get that up to a point. Okay. There are some things I don't want to finish. And I'm not going to.
yeah, I don't, yeah. It's a
You know
waste
what
of
I mean?
time.
It's like, why finish something if you I mean, I know if it's something important,
Well,
like
yeah.
having a baby and stuff like that. I remember being in the hospital having you, and I was like, shit, I just wanted to get the hell out of there.
I'm not prepared for
That
that
was
era of my life.
I was like, please, God, take me now. It was, it hurt. But anyway,
Now I'm here.
yes, thank God.
So damn weird that you
I
can just
know.
make another human.
I know.
Like,
I'm so creative.
it's just weird as shit. Like, you can just make, none of this makes sense that we got going on Earth.
No, it does not.
None of it. And I saw a TikTok that made a lot of sense where they were talking about how we were talking about finding your purpose in life. Like, look at your animals, look at dogs, look at birds. They're not flying around or chilling, thinking about what their purpose is. They're just hanging out.
Living. That's
And we
what I
would be
do.
we would be doing that too
Look what I can do.
if we weren't aware of the fact that there's just so many damn rules in society.
I'm tired of all that. I'm going to start my own cult called.
shit.
No, I'm
It's just, why can't, like, if something's not fun, I don't want to go.
yeah, I mean,
Period.
why? But see these people that have done the finish what you start and all that shit. If you look at these people that are saying this, they're not very happy people. I guarantee you. Because they're
I
like,
know.
damn it, if you're going to do it, you did it. And they're so like miserable and not in a good mood. And I'm sitting here happy and going, yeah, I quit doing the shit because I didn't like
It's like
it.
you get to the end of
You-
your life and congratulations, you stayed at your job the longest.
So,
And now what? You didn't do any of the other shit you wanted to do. Yay.
yeah.
I mean, I'm not, look, I get it. You have to work hard.
Everybody quit your
Yeah.
jobs. It's all bullshit.
Like, if everybody's going to start watching our podcast, like, okay, kids, don't listen to them. They're going to start sewing our stuff in school. This is how you don't want to turn out.
Please ban these people. They're telling everybody to do what they want.
They accidentally put our thing on instead of like a motivational us. Hey, kids, if you hate it, quit. If you don't like school, drop out.
Are you tired of going to the third grade?
No, it's like,
Bringing that damn sandwich to lunch? Well, just stop.
you know, Dare, how
Put
it's
your
like,
foot down.
say no to drugs.
Yeah.
We're like, say no to everything you hate, like school.
School, work, important things like paying for things when you leave a store.
Start shoplifting. Do you see an outfit that you want to wear, but you can't quite afford it?
Hey,
Well-
don't let those people stand in your way. Just take the shit. It's fine.
Hey, me and Mom accidentally did steal 2 pairs of pants from Victoria's Secret.
I
Like,
swear that was a total
like
freaking
3 years ago.
accident. It was Christmas time, and Victoria's Secret had switched over to the handing you giant purses to shop
Like
with.
those handheld bags.
Shoplifting anyway, and you're not.
And we were shopping for because we always get matching pajamas for Christmas. Like Christmas Eve, we sleep in them.
Yeah.
So we got these night pants. Super cute, by the way. Probably expensive.
Good steal.
I mean, those shit was probably like $65 from Victoria's Secret.
They were $65 silk pants.
They were silk. And we put them in
Silk.
the basket or
Silk
whatever.
pants from Victoria's Secret.
But we buy them, right? We did buy one pair. But then we get home.
But let me just, hold on just a second. We're shopping. We've got shopping bags on our arm, like more than one. We'd been shopping all day. We're in the store. They gave us the huge purse. I'm looking at stuff. I hand Alexa a pair of something, and she took it and stuck it in what we thought was the big
shopping
bag from Victoria's Secret. Well, we get home, start to wrap stuff, and guess what we find?
we go, wait, did we get 2 pairs of these pants? And it still
And it had the tag on it. I don't know how we escaped with that.
it had the center on it. And we still
And that
have
was
those
and
pants.
I would have died if somebody would have thought we did that on purpose.
Because they would have stopped us and
Like
we would have
the
looked like we were
police.
lying.
Yeah, how embarrassing would have that been?
It would have been embarrassing.
Would have that? Is that a
How
word?
embarrassing would have that been?
Is that a word? Would have that been?
No, would have been.
Oh,
Would have been.
I'm starting to talk like, how embarrassing would have that been?
Good
Set
thing.
forth.
Imagine if we had to
Set
talk like
forth.
Shakespeare, but they had podcasts back then.
Oh my-
How art thou, subscribers of thy YouTube channel? We've all gathered here today to
We
talk
are
about
set forth, girl.
what's the thing that they say, like, I think, therefore I am?
I
Or is it
have
that
no
was Billie
idea.
Eilish?
What?
No.
Was it Billie Eilish or Shakespeare? What are you thinking?
Billie Eilish said, I think,
I
therefore
am.
I am.
I am.
But what's that one popular
don't
quote
know.
from Shakespeare?
I think, therefore I am.
Okay.
For art thou.
I almost said Billy Cyrus. What the fuck? We don't know who said the shit, but
Billy
somebody said it.
Cyrus. Breaky, breaky heart. God. Hate to keep bouncing around subjects, but that. Don't break my heart. Billy Ray Cyrus.
was a
that
legend.
was the shit back when I was
Yeah.
going out to clubs. And yeah.
No, but what did they say? I don't even know why I was bringing that quote up. But no, what if we did have to talk like that? Like, how art thou, podcast return?
Come forth. Go forth with you.
Dude, you know what's actually crazy too?
Badass.
And after we're going to wrap this up here in just a second. We're going to get into the cup of chaos.
We are going to set forth in the cup of the chaos.
And if you're just listening, we have a big ass wine glass. That rhymed. We got a big ass wine glass and we're
Yes.
ready to give our unsolicited opinions.
That's right.
So each week we post on Instagram some questions and then people will respond and then we draw the answers out of the cup so we can give y'all our advice or our opinion, or it's kind of like a little venting session for
Yeah.
everyone involved.
So what we've basically covered here today is if you don't like it, stop. And if you don't like it, quit, please. No.
If you don't like it, you can send it right back.
Yes, that's so true.
But shit, I lost my train of thought again.
I don't know what to tell you. The cup of chaos we're about to read from. Do-do-do-do.
Okay, should we just start that now?
Let's just do it.
All right. Well, I guess my last point is getting X'd off. All right. So we got the first one. So I asked on Instagram, what are you currently overwhelmed about or stressed about? And I just said vent here. And somebody said, this is a loaded question. We kind of just talked about this. Finding a purpose in life.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Just listen to the podcast that we just did.
Your purpose in life. I feel like my purpose is to enjoy life, have I like to make people happy, okay?
Me too.
So that's my thing. I feel like my purpose is to make other people happy. And I'm sure there are people that I haven't made that happy.
Well, I feel like it's like,
but, that's my thing. I feel like that's my purpose, is just to bring a little bit of sunshine into somebody's life.
it's too much pressure to try to think of one. And I think that's where we get tripped up because we're
Hey,
like,
here's something else. We love you, Stacy.
she had to shout Stacy out. That's our cousin, if y'all are.
You don't have to fully explain
Listen.
everything. It can just be a little inside joke. Keep
Okay.
it rolling.
Well, she's shouting her out. But yeah, I think it's too much pressure when you try to find one purpose. I feel like what we should start doing is just setting a little intention for the day. Set a little goal. And if you fulfill that, great. If not, who really cares?
we need to quit beating ourselves up, me included,
Yes.
as far as the look things go. Next.
But yeah, I know it's really hard, but I feel like when we set small goals, it's, Well, shit, you're flying through these.
Well, we've talked about purpose. Let's move it along.
Here's a good one that somebody said last week. They said, guys who struggle with communication.
I am not a male.
No, but you know what's crazy? Like, it's bizarre to me how, like, some people are so bad with communication that it makes you think everyone's bad. And that's not the case.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's really hard not to bring your past experiences into, like, a new experience.
No, it really is hard because you think... because you think that everybody is one way. If you've been with one person, past relationships, whatever, you think everybody is like that person you're with. That's just how you think. Even if it's not a bad thing. It's just that's the way our brain works. It's like, okay, if this person is that way, then everybody must be like that. But we can't think like that because you have to know everybody's an individual and everybody can think for themselves.
Good job. And I feel like it's like that's relationship, that's friendship, that's any kind of relation to other people. I feel like it's so important that you yourself communicate because I feel like the best thing I could have ever done for myself at this point is being honest because of what I've noticed for me. Like, I think we also touched on this before, but I freaking hate that in between gray area where you're like wondering what somebody else is thinking and whatever. If somebody's not communicating with you, you either have to ask or you have to realize like some people just aren't compatible. And that's another big lesson where it's like, as much as that could hurt and you could be upset by it, it doesn't make you a bad person or them. It's just y'all aren't compatible.
Like I've said before, and I told you, if that person is not for you, then you're not for them either. So that's how it goes.
Yeah. I just think communication goes both ways. And if you're honest and upfront about wanting that communication and they don't reciprocate it.
But you shouldn't feel bad if like something doesn't work out and you're like, oh my God, I really like that person. Well, they weren't the person for you and you weren't the person for them. So you just have to move on and not be like, oh God, why didn't that work out?
And I think the right person will communicate with you. Like you won't have to.
Well, yeah, you won't have to question it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be a natural thing. It's not going to be like pulling teeth with somebody, like.
Yeah.
Are you going to call? Are you going to do this? If you've got all these questions backed up, it's probably not.
Yeah. I mean, you shouldn't have to beg
good.
for the bare minimum.
I mean,
which I feel like it's crazy because communication kind of is the bare minimum. But we don't look at it like that. Like when somebody actually communicates, I'm like, wait a minute. Are we sure? Are you lying?
Yeah, it is weird.
So I would say you communicate, and if it's not reciprocated, go somewhere where it is reciprocated. And wait if you have to wait, because the right person will communicate. Wrapping it up, going to the next question. This is also a good one. What are you overwhelmed about? Packing up and moving to a whole different state where you don't know anybody.
We did that. I did not realize that we didn't know one person here until your battery died.
In my car.
The car. In that parking garage. And then it hit me, oh shit. What are we going to do?
Yeah, we had nobody to call.
Didn't even know about AAA.
Yeah, we had to get the valet guy. It was at an acting class.
Horrible.
We had to get the valet guy to come help with the battery. But
yeah, but the thing with that is you will meet people and you'll be fine.
I say look at it as an adventure.
It is an adventure, and it really is fun, and it's neat because you meet all new people.
It's a whole new experience.
I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I didn't look at it as a scary thing at first because I think I
didn't either. I didn't even realize it was happening.
Me either.
I didn't think about it like we're out there by ourselves.
I was just looking forward. I always wanted to live in California. So I'm like, it was more of an exciting thing. But it never really hit me that, oh shit, we're packing up and starting over. Like at all.
It didn't
all just
either.
Like naturally happened. And I feel like once you do it, it does kind of naturally happen. And of course, there might be moments where you like miss certain things or certain people. But like, change can be good and fun and exciting, and you gotta just some people might.
I mean, yeah, some people might. I didn't have anything to really, it wasn't like I had. I mean, my mom was gone. My core family that I dealt with every day was not here. So, I mean, wasn't anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, damn it, they were dead. So I mean,
God,
I didn't have anything. I wasn't tied to anything.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
I say look at it as a positive.
It's an adventure.
And if you don't like it, you can say, no, thank you.
Yes.
And move right back.
Yes.
Next one, this is kind of a off-the-wall one, says, idiots that blindly believe everything that the news tells them.
Oh.
I say I don't think the news is ever. I don't trust any of these people. Somebody
I
responded.
mean, the news, some of it's true, and I mean, I know some of it's not true, but
I damn near can't watch the news, and I look at it as if it's Anchorman.
You can't 100% put trust in anything anybody says. I'm sorry. Not on TV.
I'm just laughing at this segment because we're sitting up here acting like, who are we to give y'all advice?
Where
Like, who do we think we are?
I don't.
I'm like, okay,
You
next caller.
You asked. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna be real upfront. We don't know what the fuck is going on ever. We're just trying our best. So if you like our 2 cents, hey, hope it helps.
It does help. I've made it this far. Look, I must be doing something kind of right.
Must be doing something right.
Yes, I guess.
This is our last cup of chaos for the night.
Do.
This was a question. They said, do y'all have experience with dissociation?
Experience? Yes, I said in one of the things that I live my life dissociated
I
from
swear.
reality.
It hits hard sometimes where like.
Oh, no. The first time we did this, I was not even in this room, I felt like.
No,
It
there's
was
moments
so
like
weird.
there's a lot of moments I'll be talking and like I'll be in the moment, then all of a sudden I'll realize what we're doing and I'm like, oh shit. And then I get this weird dissociative atmosphere. Is that a word?
Scrambled the tooth. Yeah.
Or just anything. Like when I went to Dave & Buster's on that date, I literally for a minute I go, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, I feel like I'm here, but I'm not actually here.
Yeah.
And I even said it to him and I'm like, do you
Now
ever
that
feel
you're
like
saying
that?
it, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, when we start talking about it,
What I'm just lifting off as we speak.
it's the most.
How is that happening?
It's the most bizarre feeling. It almost feels as if I'm an avatar and like I'm like control. Like everything's happening, but I'm just witnessing it.
Yeah.
But I know I'm doing it. But it's like is
Kind of like a
real?
lucid dream.
What if we are in a lucid dream and you just wake up one day and everything you've ever known was fake?
I saw a thing. Remember, I showed you that thing where
Yes.
this guy actually fell into a coma. No.
Fell into a
Wait,
coma.
excuse me. That is a complete lie. He got knocked unconscious and he was like out for not that long, but he lived like 10 years of his life, saw his wife, saw his kids, and everything.
He said he lived 10 full years. Like you just said, had a wife, he had kids. He did like a daily morning routine, like woke up, spent time with his kids.
Yeah. And then he woke up and all that was gone. And he actually missed those people and those kids. I've had those dreams before to where I've met somebody in the dream and then woke up and been like, I wonder who that person was.
It's
We need to
weird.
talk about dreams.
We should talk about dreams maybe next time. But it is weird because it's like, if he truly believed that he lived that life, you're going to miss him. He even
You
said,
would miss the
he even
people.
said that he like missed them. And when he goes to sleep, he hopes he can see them in his dreams. And I'm like, that's depressing.
sad.
I saw another one like that too, where this guy, I think he took, it wasn't a coma type situation, but he took some type of psychedelic drugs.
Ooh,
And
a
he
little
went on-
shroom trip.
Yeah, he went on a trip. I mean, he went on a damn time trip.
Yeah, that's some
Because
scary stuff.
He did the same thing where he had a full life in this like trip. And then he woke up from the trip and he's like, wait, none of that is real. So then that just makes me start really dissociating because I'm like, what if I wake up from this right now?
Yeah, I could not even imagine.
What if you woke up right now and I never existed?
that I would be so depressed and devastated that I wouldn't.
Like, what if you woke up and you had a whole different set of kids and you were like, wait,
Where are my real kids? Ooh, that'd be weird. Good movie idea, though.
ooh,
Very good movie idea.
maybe we should write
And
that
maybe they
down.
could pick their own bodies and then they wake up like from.
That's just so
Wouldn't that
weird.
be weird?
The whole life thing, I can't get behind it. I mean, it's just
Well,
weird.
you have to because you're in it. Get
I'm
behind
saying
it.
I can't if I keep on and on and on thinking about it.
Oh,
it
it
just
freaks-
gets,
it really
gets so
starts
weird
to
to the
freak me
point where
out.
I'm like,
Well,
nothing
you know what
matters.
has always freaked me out since years. I mean, since I was little, when I finally realized this. Okay, and I hate to do this to y'all, but y'all may start seeing this as I do. When you're talking to somebody and just sitting here, we are just a skeleton.
Oh, I think about that too.
That freaks
Like,
me
we have-
out. That we are just
we
a
have
freaking
insides.
skeleton sitting here. You know what I mean? Just bones.
But it's not even just bones. Like there's other shit.
well, I
in
mean,
there
I know
too.
all that part. That's the gross stuff that makes me sick.
But
to
you know
think
what
about.
freaks me
But
out about that
I'm
too?
talking about we're just we're just
I know.
skeleton.
And you know what freaks me out? The fact that your body is doing so many things right now to keep you alive that you cannot even process what the fuck's going on.
No.
If you knew everything that your body was doing to keep you alive, like breathing,
Stop.
transporting
It's
blood.
about to make me have a panic attack. Thank you.
Yeah, should we put a trigger warning on this episode?
Yeah, no joke.
But it's weird that like we're just chilling and your body's like doing all this stuff.
And another thing that freaks me out too that you brought to my attention that is messed me up so bad.
Sorry.
Now I realize that we're on Earth. Okay. Well, I mean, I've known that.
Well, I hope you've known that
I have
since
known
before
that.
I came along.
But I'm saying that we watched this thing about space and everything, and now I really see how tiny we are. So now I feel like I'm so little, and I feel like everything else
She acts
is
like
so
we're on
little.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Oh, that's what I feel like since you told me the shit.
No, but I didn't think about it either. Where I was
I
like,
didn't either, but now I feel like everything's ant size.
because if you think
I
about
feel
it,
like
look
an
at
ant.
us compared to a skyscraper, right? We are small. But then if you
But
zoomed
then
out,
a skyscraper's small.
if you zoomed out even more, yeah, that's small. So
and then
really,
you look at Earth from outer space, and that's small. So how damn little are we?
very. And okay, is it more scary? Do you think it's more scary if aliens are on another planet, like somewhere else, or if we're alone in the world? Like, I think there's definitely other species and aliens, but I'm saying,
mean,
what's a more crazier like idea? That there is other life, or that we're completely alone? What if we are completely alone? I'm not saying I believe that, but that is fucking scary.
Well, it is weird. It's just the whole concept of what we are running around
Or
here is.
there was another concept that there was another species of humans or something like us before, and some like catastrophic event wiped it out,
Mhm.
and then we like started over. So what was that event? So like say like the movie Don't Look Up that we watched on Netflix. Very great movie, by the way.
It's a good
10/10
movie.
recommend. But what if something happens to us as the human species? Say we get wiped out and another species starts. They might not even know we were here.
And guess what? We wouldn't know what the hell happened either. So what would it matter? See?
Like when I
You
talk
know
about
what I
this stuff,
mean?
a job sounds dumb as shit.
I know.
I'm like,
Stop doing what you don't want to do.
I'm just like, damn.
It
all the
all
other,
seems stupid. to
all the
me.
other animals get to go hang out with their friends, go do whatever they want. They don't have to be up at a certain time. Meanwhile, our
Hey.
dumbasses are giving them houses rent free. The dogs, the dogs probably
Baxter's
know.
got it made.
The dogs probably know that if they open their mouth, they're gonna have to start paying taxes. So they're
That's
like,
why their
hey,
asses don't talk.
they say, hey, I'm gonna
That's
stay
why they
here.
don't talk. They could talk. The damn dogs could talk if they wanted to.
I think so.
But they don't because they know the minute they do, go to work.
They probably get together and talk shit on us like, these dumbass humans. Look, we get to
Yeah.
live rent free. What kind of
Yeah.
house do you have, dude?
Baxter, what kind of food did he get today?
Yeah,
You-
Baxter eats McDonald's. Don't judge us.
Baxter got a McDonald's and Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Yep.
And he has not said a word to
Think
us.
about like Kylie Jenner's dogs and stuff. They're probably like flexing on the other dogs. Like, hell yeah, I got in the Kardashians' house. Like-
yeah, bitch. Look at this.
Like they see rich people coming in. They're like, okay, really play up the, because you know you want to buy dogs when they look really sad at you. They probably see the rich people and start really putting it on. Like,
roll over like they're about to die. Like, have your tongue hang up the side of your mouth. Like, drag your back legs. Come on.
yeah,
come
right. Quick,
Yeah.
that's Mark Zuckerberg. Put it on.
Hurry.
Dude, I don't know if
Hurry, heart
I
attack.
don't know if I'd want to live with Mark Zuckerberg.
I don't even really know anything about
He's
him.
not a real human.
Okay, but who is? And who can even see us because we're so damn tiny.
This episode, we've went from plastic surgery to body image to
Hey, well,
life.
at least I lived. Thank God I'm still here.
well,
Wreaking
folks,
havoc and not finishing shit. That's me.
professional job quitter.
Well, I can
Part-time
tell you-
comedian.
I mean, look, I can tell you, like, would that be a good idea? I can tell you a wide variety of jobs not to do.
But we don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't.
So listen, maybe we'll talk about all the jobs we've had next time.
That would be a long list, and the only one I did not ever really fully go into was surgeon. Thank
Yeah,
God.
That wouldn't be a good one for
It
you.
wouldn't have lasted long. Trust me.
Well, listen, y'all. Thanks for listening or watching another episode of
We love you.
Overwhelms
guys.
Podcast.
I don't know what this was.
Rock on, brothers. No,
Brett Michaels. Go. Rock
Follow
a
our-
love, baby.
follow our
You remember that
Instagram.
show? Rock
Yeah.
a love.
Follow
Oh,
our
that was
Instagram. Oh, we gotta do
trashy.
the outro song.
It's trashy.
Follow our Instagram. Follow our
What?
YouTube channel. Our outro. I
I've
did
never
last
heard
time.
that one.
I did it last time.
Oh,
I made it up.
follow us, please.
Follow our Instagram. Follow our YouTube channel. And our TikTok.
Okay, we love
Okay,
y'all.
Instagram, overwhelmed.podcast. YouTube, Overwhelmed Podcast. TikTok, Overwhelmed Podcast. Also, DM us on Instagram, and you too could be in the cup of chaos.
Whoa.
Whoa.
See you next week for episode 5.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Yes.
No, thank you.
Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you next time.